Welcome everyone to Chit Chat Watch Me Craft episode 2. My name's P and I'm going to be talking about what I'm working on this video. I'm going to be talking about craft projects and I'm going to be talking about different Etsy things. Stay tuned. So right now this is the gumball machine that I'm going to be blinging out. I got this from the thrift store for a discounted price. And right here I'm just showing you the price that I got it for. This is the cracked on the bowl that I end up fixing, and it does take quarters. I can put in regular quarters, and I plan on using this at my Airbnb that I'm working on right now, and I'm super excited and I can't wait to get started. I'm gonna be buying the gumball machines from Costco or something like that, and I'm gonna also show you how I put it together. Okay, so the supplies that I'll be working with, right now I'm showing you the top of the lid for the gumball machine. I used glass rhinestone from AliExpress, or you could get it from Amazon, wax pencils from Amazon, syringes from Amazon, lip gloss applicator from Amazon, cotton tips, Q-tips from Amazon also. And what else did I use? Let's see. Oh, and the epoxy glue from Amazon. I recommend the epoxy glue because it stays really strong and it does not come out. The only thing that replaces the epoxy is nail polish remover and alcohol. More so the nail polish remover because it's much stronger. But I wouldn't recommend anything else because this glue keeps it on really good. So right now, oh, by the way, before I move on, I do want to say that I did wipe down the gumball machine with bleach wipes, and I did wipe it down again with alcohol wipes just to make sure I get any type of residue from people touching it, because it was in a thrift store. So I want to make sure I wipe down any oils, any residue, and things of that nature. See, on the video you see that I'm almost done with the top, but I just kind of wanted to show you a quick view of how I do it, even though it's kind of going fast. But all I do is I put the epoxy glue into that little medical cup from Amazon. I just mix it. I read the directions and mix it to equal parts, very small amounts. I didn't put a whole. I want to use 5 cc's, and if you don't know what cc's are, just read the measuring cups. So I'll probably use 5 cc's of each bottle, because it does come with 2 bottles that you have to mix together. And all I do is I use the lip gloss applicator to spread it out onto the surface of the gumball machine. And right now you're just seeing me just kind of put in. And with this epoxy, I worked really fast and this is the reason why I only use little at a time. So every time I spread out the epoxy over the surface, I make sure I use the whole thing. And then small amounts, for example, when I measure it out, I'll measure small amounts, put it on the product, and then quickly put the rhinestones on there before it dries. When it dries, then I mix some I use a brand new medicine cup, put in the measurements, and then reapply, go really fast, and then continue on. It's just a pattern. It's just spreading it on, putting the rhinestones. When it dries, add another application. And I do want to say it dries really fast, so that's why I go super fast. I don't have an example of how fast I was going, but I just made sure I was going super fast because I know when it dries. They do have different types of drying epoxy. There's some that takes an hour. There's some that takes 30 minutes. I bought the one that took 30 minutes. So I think I finished the top on this one. Here I'm showing you how it looks like when it's complete. And then now I'm going to be working on the base of the machine. I do want to say I did fix the bowl with the crack, so I didn't show that, but you'll probably see it once the job is completed. But to fix the crack, all I did was just add epoxy to the cracked surfaces It didn't make it disappear because you still could see the crack, but it's not as bad. And since I'm gonna have gumball in there, I did not want the glass to like continue to crack. So I just wanted to make sure I added epoxy in the crack so that way it doesn't spread, and that way there's no glass in the, because cracks do spread. So I just wanted to make sure the spread stopped. And also, here I'm showing you how I applied the rhinestones to the base of the gumball machine. But let's continue on. Let's move on to Etsy. I want to go into details about what's going on with my Etsy shop, because I do have an Etsy shop called Bling for the Bougie. And right now it's on vacation mode again. The last 2 months it was open, and I was making some really good. I think I made like $400 for like a good 4 weeks, I want to say. And a lot of my customers were like when they saw that I was back online, because they are following my Etsy page. And whenever I'm back in, when I open up the shop, my customers literally run and start buying like crazy. So it's good. It was producing more. I was thinking about opening up the shop a little bit more, but I decided to not shut it down, but just go on vacation mode so that way I can work on another project. Currently, I'm working on a Airbnb. So I live in Miami, by the way. So Airbnb business right here is hot. So I'm working on building my Airbnb, and I may document it on this channel. Leave a comment if you want me to discuss that too, because I do hand make everything, as far as like the signs that I'm gonna need, as far as like certain things for the Airbnb. It always has to have like a touch of me. So I did make a lot of handmade stuff. Not like handmade like bohemian type thing. When I say handmade, I'm talking about like luxury, upscale type of handmade. I'm not talking about like, handmade that's like a mom and pop type of thing. But anyways, let's move on. I wanted to talk about Etsy, and can you still make money off of Etsy? Yes. I think I discussed this on my previous video about whether you can make money off of Etsy still in 2024. Yes, you can. You just have to find products that people want to buy, or you have to meet a need. If you're trying to open an Etsy store, try to determine your reasoning. Do you just want to make money, or do you really have like a craft or a need that you can provide for people? If you just want to make money, don't do Etsy. But if you have like if you have talent in crafting, if you have talent in sales, like when I say talent in sales, I mean like you're the type of person you can, you're one of those people that sold candy in high school, or you just like to just sell just to earn income. If you're good at selling, and if you're good at like technology and setting up a storefront, definitely open an Etsy business, because this is for you. But if you're just in it for the money, this is not for you, because when it comes to Etsy, it's more than just the money. You have to have a passion to be able to make people satisfied, be able to make people happy, you have to take into consideration what the customer wants and how they receive a product. Like you cannot just wrap, like say for example, you're selling craft, you cannot just wrap the item in newspaper and then mail it off to the customer. No, like the customer wants an experience. Your packagings have to be on point. You have to communicate with the customer. You have to give them discounts so they can come back. When I say give them discounts, I mean like making like little poster cards and telling them, hey, thank you for shopping with us, here's 10% off your next purchase, something like that. Like I like to make people smile. I like to make people, when they receive my product, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I want that type of reaction from my customers. So this is why I urge people who are starting Etsy, think about your delivery. When I say delivery, I mean when your customer opens the package, what they see should make them be like, oh my gosh, look, she put all this effort into, or he or she put all this effort into, impressing me. You want to impress your customers. So if you're not into like making people happy or making people, impress, this business is not for you, because you really want to make an impression on your customers so you can bring them back. Not only that, but I do have like frequent shoppers in my shop that always comes back, and they're like, every time I go on vacation, they're like, ugh, they're sad. And when I open my shop back up again, they're like, oh my gosh. They would email me and message me and be like, I missed you, I'm glad you came back. And they would spend like $50 to $60. There's this one customer, she comes back every week. Those are the people that you want, essentially. But anyways, let's move on to what type of things that you can sell. Now, if you're not a crafter, but you still want to sell, you still want to earn an income, I would suggest you cater to people who need materials, like crafting materials. And you would have to niche it out to what you want to provide. For example, you can provide nail supplies. Yes, you can sell nail supplies on Etsy, but you have to make it in a way where it's kind of like a custom thing. Like, for example, for nails, like one of my ideas for like nail supplies, I wanted to create a rhinestone box where it has like different compartments. For example, you know how you have like those beads organizers with like 4 or 5 compartments where you put like different colored beads in different parts of the compartment, kind of like those little boxes where you store beads. You can do that with rhinestones and have them like small rhinestones that nail techs like to use in pretty colors. Use glass rhinestones. You can do that. You can just provide a rhinestone kit. You can do sticker kits for nails. You can do like different types of nails. You can even make press on nails. And like if you're really good at designing nails, do press on nails. Even though the business is pretty there's a lot of people in that business, still do it and try it and test it out. Another idea that I think would be good is providing craft supplies. Now, when it comes to craft supplies, you have to kind of niche your shop. Like when I say niche, you have to be specific on what supplies you could provide. You cannot provide everyone with everything. Like, say for example, there's people that like to have confetti. You can make your own confetti using a Cricut, using those shiny papers that they sell at the I don't think Michael sells it, but you can find those shiny papers on different websites, those Chinese websites, and like make confetti, like different shaped confettis, like all little dog confettis, cat confettis, birthday confetti, things of that nature. I know there's a lot of people that still have those shops, and you can sell it by like the ounces, and bag them up, and like those shops make good money. You can cater to brides and make t-shirts and like do like bride to be, or something real like catchy with like bridesmaids and brides, and make like t-shirts for them. And you can use your Cricut machine, add rhinestones to the t-shirts. There's like so much money that can be made in this industry. You just have to really be strategic, and you have to be clever. And when I say clever, I mean like try to see what's out there in the market that people are in need of. Bridesmaid parties are probably like the top things that you can make stuff for. You can also cater to people who are, or after they get married, his and her stuff. You can like, I don't know, if you have like an embroidery machine or plan on getting an embroidery machine, you can embroider his and her on towels, on really like luxury towels. You can make t-shirts his and her, or Mr. and Mrs., and their last names on the back of t-shirts, the last names of the couple, that is. You can make robes with his and her and like use embroidery machines. You can use Cricut to cut out the Mr. and Mrs. on the back. And you can make t-shirts that says like witty things for like married couples. I'm hers, she's mine's type of t-shirts. The list is on and on. Also, you can you can cater to pets. I want to say pets is probably like the highest money making market. If you don't believe me, Google. There's this YouTube that makes that they show different people that makes really good money, and there's this guy on this YouTube that makes dog leashes and makes a lot of money from just making dog leashes from hand. Like he'll buy the fabric from his vendors and then just make everything by hand, and he makes hundreds if not thousands of dollars just from doing that. Now if I was him, I would have got off of Etsy, but he literally still has his Etsy and still runs his Etsy page, making thousands of dollars. Like he doesn't have a regular 9-to-5 job. Like his full-time job is making dog collars, and that's the type of mindset that you guys need to be when you're making your Etsy shops. Another thing that you can probably go into, and I wrote some down so that way I wouldn't forget, you can still make money off of digital products. So if you're thinking about making digital products, please, and I say please, do not get Canva. Everybody and their mother have Canva. What I would do is find other softwares that you have to buy, like I want to say Illustrator, I want to say Adobe. Those people, I think those softwares allow you to do more things that Canva can't do. And the only reason why I say don't get Canva is because everyone has it and everyone's creating the same product. So if you're creating something like planners or if you're creating calendars, you want to be able to position yourself to be able to compete even higher. You want your competitors not be able to have same access to the stuff that you use. Let me see. I'm thinking right now. I'm going through one of the softwares that I wanted to use, but I don't have any time to use it. Hold on one second. I'm quickly looking at my thing. I don't know if I'll be able to find it real quickly because we are on Adobe Express. That's what I wanted to say. You can pay for Adobe Express and be able to create things that people can't even do because they're using Canva. Adobe Express will probably allow you to do a lot more than what Canva would do. I would try to figure out what is a niche that everyone is trying to, well, no. I would try to figure out a niche that will be able to fulfill people's needs. Other than planners, you can make like to-do lists, you can make journals. I'm planning to make a journal, by the way, but I don't want to say too much because I don't want anyone copying me, but I do plan on making journals. I would just say just create things that will sell, and the way you do that is just kind of going through Amazon, kind of seeing who the top sellers are in the niche that you're interested in, and kind of see how much money they're making. You can see it shows you how many sales that they make on Etsy, and kind of read the reviews too, because it kind of shows you how much sales that they receive daily, kind of. What's another thing? But I think that's pretty much it as far as the type of products that you can sell. I would say continue doing research, continue finding a niche that people will actually buy your stuff. I'm gonna give you a little secret. You know, Hello Kitty is the hot thing right now, and you cannot sell Hello Kitty on any websites. You cannot sell Hello Kitty on Etsy. However, if you're really, really trying to make money, I would buy Hello Kitty stuff from TJ Maxx and Marshalls, put rhinestones on them, and sell them at like craft shows, pop-up shops, and neighborhood markets, places where you can set up shop. Like get like, those tables that you get from Walmart, those picnic tables they're foldable. Get one of those things from Walmart. Go on Google and like type in craft shops or pop-up shops in like, say for example, I live in Miami. I would type in craft shops or pop-up shops in Miami, and then it'll give me a list of different events. Go to Eventbrite, look for craft shows, and what you want to do once you find those craft shows in your area, see when is the next time they'll be having their event, and sign up to be a vendor. When you do that, then you can start before you do that though, you want to actually make the products first. Then you want to sign up for those shows. So say for example, you go with my idea in selling the Hello Kitty stuff. Make sure you put rhinestones, make them look nice, make them look one of a kind, and sell them for like twice the price that you bought them for. That's how you make real good money, selling things like that. You cannot just go to like TJ Maxx and Marshalls and just resell the stuff that they have. No, you have to make it one of a kind, something that no one will ever find. Because if they cannot find it anywhere, they are more likely to buy from you, because it's one of a kind. And the more prettier it is, the more cutesy, the more glamour and outrageous. To some people, rhinestoning stuff is weird. It's weird, but it makes money. Take it from me, because I make rhinestone stuff, and if I had enough time to sell Hello Kitty stuff and bling them out, I would, but I just don't have time, because I have other ideas that I'm working on that, I already made a plan for, and I already kind of made a plan for it, and I kind of want to sell on websites rather than pop-up shops. But with the pop-up shops, if you're trying to make some good money, do what I just told you. You can also rhinestone other things too. Just don't rhinestone those cups, those Stanley cups. Don't do that. The Chinese people already have a grip on it. You want to sell items that the Chinese have not make yet. Even though the Chinese have the Hello Kitty stuff, it's not. You haven't seen Hello Kitty rhinestone stuff, and if you do, it's expensive. But as far as those Stanley cups, do not bling those. Do not bling any tumblers. That business is not dead, but it's not making as much money as you would like to. Also, let me see what else I can talk about. Let's see. Sorry if I'm taking so long. Let me quickly look. Oh, you can go into crocheting. Crocheting is another good business idea. If you cannot crochet, don't do it. But if you just so happen to know how to crochet, go for it. And the reason why I say if you can't crochet, don't do it, is mostly because it takes time for you to learn those patterns and the different techniques of crocheting. If you have it in you, if you have time, if you're in high school right now and you're like 15, 16, definitely go into crocheting, because it's by the time that you graduate high school, you'll have a good hang on it and be able to open your own Etsy store and crochet things. Now I see crocheting is getting, the competition is kind of fearless. When I say fearless, I mean like there's so many people doing so many different ideas. I'm talking about from bathing suits, crochet bathing suits, by the way, to crocheting pants, shirts, jackets, purses, belts. It just goes on and on. And if you plan on going to the crocheting field, definitely go for it. If you know how to crochet already, or if you're 15, 16, still in high school, this is the perfect time to learn a niche. But other than that, when it comes to Etsy, when it comes to finding your niche, you can learn to make things, but it may take some time. So I would say if you're not ready right now, but you want to open a store, I would say learn a craft or a trade that you can learn, that you can make and be able to sell. That's the only thing I can say. If you're into sewing, learn how to sew different things. Even masks, during the COVID-19, people were wearing masks and stuff like that and making masks. I would say start doing that too, because people who that were making masks were making great money. All right, so this is the finishing product of my gumball machine. It's very gorgeous in person. I don't know if I show you the broken part of the bowl, because I really wanted to show you that I did fix it. And this is all was used with epoxy glue. This took 2 weeks to finish, but I'm glad I'm done. And it's going to be used for my Airbnb, which is super exciting. And then I'm just trying to make different angles. See, they got a broken part right there on the right side. It doesn't even look broken. But you guys have a good day.